Hey guys, Brazzle the Gamer. We're going to talk about Wai Wai World 2 today. This is a game that was released only in Japan by Konami, and to play it I had to use the NES to Famicom converter found in Pinball. I'm not going to pull it apart for you guys because I don't really want to deal with that right now. But hey, whatever. Now that I have my Retron 5, I can just pop it into Retron 5, which is pretty great. Don't have to worry about ripping apart a cart and ripping apart this one and putting them in, so it works. It's a little bit messy whenever you don't have a decent, cart converter like the Honeybee. I got to play this as a kid because my neighbors who had moved in next door had lived in Japan for a time. So they brought back some Famicom games, and that was kind of cool. So I got to play this as a kid whenever it had, around the time it had originally come out. So we're going to take a look at it today, and yeah, let's get started. Wai Wai World 2 is essentially a side-scrolling action game where you play as various stars from the Konami universe. You play as an android that sets out to rescue a princess who is trapped in Parsley Castle. I believe his name is Ricky, but the various sites that translate his name all give something just a little bit different. Ricky is able to transform or pilot characters from Konami games. The characters you would recognize are Simon Belmont from Castlevania, Bill Reiser from Contra, the Vic Viper from Gradius, and to a lesser extent, Goemon from the Mystical Ninja series and Twinbee from the Twinbee series. You can also transform into Fuma, an undead swordsman from a Japan-only Konami game called Getsu Fuma Den, and Upa, a baby from the Japan-only Konami game Bio Miracle Bukudu Upa. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. There are various other references from Konami games, like the codec from Metal Gear, and a Frogger-style stage. I have never played the first Wai Wai World, but from what I've seen in videos on YouTube, it's quite a bit different. I wish I could give you more information, but I really can't. The side-scrolling levels all control very well. The various characters you can play as all have their own abilities. Simon has his whip, Bill can shoot in multiple directions, Fuma has a very powerful sword, Goemon throws pipes, and Upa turns enemies into clouds that he can use as platforms. Ricky shoots a limited-range laser weapon and can double jump. The side-scrolling levels are very easy, and the bosses can be stomped pretty fast if you use your abilities correctly. For instance, Bill can pretty much wipe the floor with everything from below by just shooting up at him. It kind of feels a little cheap. The most challenging stages in the game are the shmup levels. Twinbee's stages and Gradius-style stages are tough. In all levels across the game, when you die, you start right where you left off without a break in gameplay. You also start at the beginning of the level if you game over. There's a password system as well. This makes it very hard not to beat it. The challenge is the lowest point in this game. You may get bored with it because it's just so easy. The game is 2-player co-op, but I wasn't able to get anyone to play with me for this playthrough. Oh well, maybe for my next co-op game. The graphics are very good. Everything is incredibly detailed and colorful. Each level in the game represents a different Konami game. There's a Mystical Ninja level, a few Twinbee levels, a Contra level, a level for the Upa baby, a Fuma level, a bunch of Gradius-style levels, a Castlevania level, and a Bump and Jump level. Konami didn't do Bump and Jump, I didn't think, but hey, whatever. The levels all capture the essence of each game they are representing, and do it with a lot of panache and humor. Seriously, is this Contra alien driving a hot rod? The music is good. Some of it can be pretty catchy and get stuck in your head. It's not nearly as memorable as the other games that were released during the era, but it's far from bad. The sound effects are very satisfying though. Hitting and killing enemies sounds great. So, Wai Wai World 2 is a fun game. It's not the best game in the world, but I recommend you try to play it, but don't go breaking the bank to do so. I found this online for about $15, which isn't bad, considering that it's an import game. But the means to actually play it were far more expensive. I actually paid a little too much for the pinball cart so I could play it on the NES. And then eventually I got the Retron 5, which also, that's another $150, as you know. So, I would say if you don't already have the hardware to play it and you are interested in playing Wai Wai World 2, go the emulation route. It's going to be a lot less of a hassle, a lot cheaper in the long run. I just have to say, I love it. I really like the game. I like playing it every once in a while. It's not a must-play, though, especially for somebody who doesn't have that nostalgia for it like I do. But hey, fun game. What can I say? So, later.